Yo, what is up guys, Boris here coming to you guys with a walkthrough of the brand new story mode final mission. We got the return to Sabaody and we're going to be fighting against a pacifista and Sentomaru in this very last stage. This whole story mode I would say is actually a bit difficult, primarily because every single stage it looks like the bosses have a lot of shields and barriers, and overall it's just pretty annoying. So my tip to you guys is, if you guys can have the ability maybe to run a Blackbeard friend captain, maybe you guys have Blackbeard yourselves, maybe you guys have Cavendish, which pairs really well with Blackbeard. Maybe you don't, but if you can, I would definitely guys highly recommend that as you're going through these stages, try to use a Blackbeard friend captain. It will really help out in the long run. Now with that said, I brought a free-to-play team here, guys, just to show you guys. I love showing some cool teams, and I've sort of really been enjoying using impact teams or striker teams, you know, as you guys know them. So these teams are pretty interesting. There's a lot of utility, so many unique effects that are sort of only in strikers. So I really am enjoying using these teams. And here I went ahead and used a team with a Bartolomeo friend captain. So, you know, I did bring my Magellan. This is mainly to show off my maxed Magellan, and I do use him, but it ends up not mattering. Although I had plenty of other turns. If you can stall enough, man, that guy will deal. You're dealing over 1,000,000 damage after a few turns. So it's pretty crazy. And his poison does go through barriers. Keep that in mind. His toxic. At level 2, and he also stalls. Unfortunately, Sentomaru will not let you stall, so keep that in mind. Overall though, like I said, these teams have a lot of cool potential, man. Like Aokiji, Raid Boss is always an awesome unit when you can use him. And Killer is actually a phenomenal Colosseum character who already starts off at a very low cooldown, so you really don't even have to farm him. I would for sockets, but you know, for the most part, you don't have to, you know, not really have to farm for skill up since it's already low cooldown. You got Bartolomeo, which prevents you from dying, so that's pretty crazy. But I do want to say, guys, that like I said, overall, this is I'd say this is actually a pretty difficult story mode. If you're not prepared, if you know what's going on, it's still gonna be pretty difficult. But again, bring a Blackbeard friend captain for most of the stages, and you will be okay. Now, with that said, at the end of this story mode, when you complete it, you will be getting a coated Sunny Go. So Rayleigh coats your Sunny so you can go underwater into Fishman Island, which, by the way, is going to be the next story island. Fishman Island Part 1 already confirmed. So, the coated Sunny adds a lot of strategy, because now, before, you know, if you weren't going to use one of the training forest ships, you were going to use the Sunny Go. And for most things, you're going to use a Sunny Go. I use Sunny Go like 50% of the time for most teams. However, now the coated Sunny Go has the ability, so no longer deals 50,000 damage to all enemies. Now it's a 16 turn special, so this new one is a 16 turn special, and it reduces damage by half. So that can be very, very good in certain situations. And so now, whenever you're running a dungeon and you're gonna use a Sunny Go, you have to think: do I want the original Sunny for the 50,000 damage, or would I rather have the 50% damage reduction? Personally, I actually think the damage reduction is gonna be better overall. So I'm probably gonna start using that one a bit more often, especially if I'm going into something blind and I don't want to like risk it. You know, especially with a Cavendish team. You know, maybe bring the coated Sunny, and you know, I'm probably going to start using that a lot once I max it. But you know, overall, this is a ship that I'm really excited about. I don't think we knew it was coming. Normally, you know, people check the code and they know that there's going to be a new ship or something, but this time it was completely out of nowhere. There was a small update before the island came out, so I'm just glad that we didn't know. It was a complete surprise. Unfortunately, for you know, the other things, there's not really that many good drops. I think the only new characters are Sentomaru and Demalo Black. I did manage to get Demalo Black first try, and I posted on Twitter. Finally got a first try story mode drop. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording it or streaming it because I was busy. But I did manage to get it. Unfortunately, he's not very good. At least I don't think he is, just from the initial impressions. But I don't know what Sentomaru does yet. If you guys know, put it down in the comments. By the time the video's up, someone will probably already know. And yeah, with that said, guys, I guess, oh, before I forget, Sentomaru, I think it's like below 50 or something, because when I first fought him, I think I put him around like 30-40%, and he had a huge defense buff. Huge defense buff. I couldn't do any damage to him, so keep that in mind. I go ahead and burst him pretty easily. Again, don't even need Magellan special. Don't need like half the specials, but you want to burst him from 50% just to be safe. He might be below that. It might be 30%. I'm not too sure, but keep that in mind. And then like when that defense buff lasts for like 4 or 5 turns, so just keep that in mind. Try to burst him from 50 and it should be good. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you guys in the next video. Let me know if you got any first try story drops down below. I guess there's only 2 you can get in this stage. And good luck to all the global players doing the story mode on there as well. So with that said, guys, until next time, peace.